of a garbage bin, blood and fire, it shall not be.
Hi everyone, so this week Overcomer, we will be doing it a little bit different. As you all know, we are the Faith Deliverance Lighthouse Prophetic Ministry, and of course I am Prophetess Apostle Zania Vasnani, of course the founder and the senior leader, and I'm here today with my dear evangelist Kim, and she will be introducing herself.
Hi, my brothers and sisters. I am Evangelist Kim, and I'm here with Apostle Zania Vasnani. Yes, my pastor, my friend. Yes, it's all about us today. We're gonna do something today. We're gonna act something today. We're gonna say something today. Just relax and chill out. It's all about the overcomers. Stay tuned.
So of course she's having a problem with sitting down. We wanted to do like an interview setting, but you know she don't know how to stay put. So what we will be doing this week is just bringing you on a journey with the many things that happen in and around ministry. And for myself and Evangelist Kim, it was never this relationship. Of course, we feel now like it is a Jonathan and David setting. There is a connection and it is spiritual. When the Lord can connect you with people, it's good when it's spiritual. Because when it's spiritual, nobody can interfere with it. I remember a journey when we were at Pineapple Church, and this is about maybe 6 years ago, and there would have been a situation in the church, and they would have called for Evangelist Kim, that she would be the one that they will tell the things and she will come to me. So when I met one of the sisters that was Evangelist Nadine, now she said to me that we have a meeting later. I say yes, and she said, yeah, because Kim really want to talk to you. And so I said, oh, that's the Esther. And she said, why you said that? I said, she's the one representing you all. If I perish, I perish, but I must see the king. So I said, well, I'm so excited about that meeting. Let's hear what Esther have to say. So I remember that evening while we went to the meeting. Of course, I step in. I'm always a person to be steadfast. I'm coming, I'm going to look straight where I'm going, and I'm going to go where I'm going. Good afternoon, good morning, I'm gone. My head is just totally fixed where I'm going. So when we went there, we start the meeting. At that time, it was myself and Pastor Will that was assisting me as my assistant pastor. When we sat there, the meeting started, and I said, I realized a lot of stuff that has been happening in and around the body of Christ, and some we will never tolerate according to the word and the principle of God, and also the principle that the church stand on. And we would have started a discussion. And I remember when it was her time to talk, she stood up and she said, I just want to ask something. And I said, okay, go ahead, Esther. And she said, you don't smile. And I said, I don't smile. I said, what does that have to do with this? And she said, it seems like you have hurt or something in ministry. So it doesn't matter how we try to come upon you and love you and be around you. You're just not paying us no mind. And as our pastor, I said, I'm not your pastor. Pastor Will is your pastor. I am pretty much the one that is standing over and free flowing now. So, but so who are you if you're not the pastor? And I started to tell her that I am so and I am so. And she said, so who hurt you? Why you always just so serious and not smile? And even though we are smile with you, you just not smile, so. And it went on and on and on. Anyhow, I managed to explain a few stuff to them in the meeting, and we came at a better place. But I was still this person, this leader that would have been withdrawn. I love my people, but there is a guard and there is a gap. I know my limit to how far I should and I will go. So I remember all that, and it put a wedge between me and her, because it's like I felt as though she was just fighting my spirit, and I felt like it was in a negative way. And I do felt like when the people wanted to gossip and they wanted to try find ways and mean to tear down the body of Christ, of course they would go to her so she could come and always be that attacking and that defense. Oh, so I put up this defense against her. I had this defense where once she come in, I said, oh God, let's see what she coming with now. Yeah, it was like that. So you want to say anything about it?
Yes, Apostle, I do, my love. I want to say, it's a journey. And honestly, I am glad for it. Because here we are today to tell you that journey. You know what? Sometime in church, you have persons who are afraid to go and say something.
Yes.
But I am a brave person.
Yes.
And I will always listen. And when I listen, I always try, we don't like hypocrisy. So I would go to Apostle. I am a type of person who, have a little ignorance, but it don't mean to harm you or disrespect. But that's the way I grow and that's the way I am. But little did I know God rearrange and dismantle these stuff from me. So it's better now. Yes. And I thank God for Apostle and I thank God for the Faith Deliverance Lighthouse prophetic ministry. And honestly, it was...
So we have to tell him about this one, not to cut you. So I remember now, she said after we had this beautiful, it's going to be a very interesting week. Because you're going to know what us as leaders go through and what members go through. And sometimes it's very difficult for them to really reach out to their leader. And why it was difficult for us to connect the right way, we are pretty much the same thing. Because she's very strong-headed and she's going to tell you what she means. And I'm the same thing. When I was coming up in my ministry, I was the very same thing. If I perish, I perish. I have an issue, I'm going to my pastor. And she know I'm coming. It doesn't matter what it was, she could expect me. I'm coming to tell her, and I was never afraid. So listen, I remember we gave out some gift. It was our anniversary service, and we gave out some gift, and she get majority of the gift. One of the gifts she got was for always being in attendance, best attendance and time and everything. Immediately after December, the month of January, I am not seeing her how I used to see her. I said, Jesus Christ, what is happening to my dear Kimmy? So when I look now, I get a call one day, expecting the call long time, Finally, I get the call in the evening. And she said to me, Apostle, I just want you to know that I'll be taking a break. I said, take a break? From what? She said, I need a few weeks home. I will not be coming out for a few weeks. So I said, okay, be it according to your will, because I'm that type of leader. I will let you go. I'm like the prodigal son father. I believe in releasing people. If they want to go, you will not get the better part of people if you manipulate and hold them down. If persons want to leave, you have to allow them to leave. Don't constantly be holding down people and be telling people, stay with me, don't go, and no, allow them to go. Because sometime while they go, they will learn some of the lessons that would have bring them back. And when they come back, they will be better members, better leaders, and they will know how to go forward. So when she tell me that, I said, okay, be it according to your will, bye. And I hang up my phone. I didn't see her for about a month and little. I did not call her. She wanted a break. I gave her a break. I did not text her. I did not look for her. I continue to pray. I continue to pray. My spirit will leave my house and I will go to her house and I will go there and I see her, and that's what I continue to do. And while I continue to do that, the Lord said to me one Saturday, prepare. Esther is coming. And I said to the Lord, Kim is coming. The Lord said, yes, Kim is coming. And I said to the people that were around me, I said, she coming tomorrow, And she coming to come to me. But let I tell you something. You see, when she come in front of me, you shall hear it. And let me tell you, this was no Jesus in me now. Let me tell you, this was no Jesus in me. This was Zania. I said, I'm going to give it to her when she come in. I said, hey, Danny and her, put it down. Beautiful service in church. We enjoy ourselves. We have a good time. The presence of the Lord show up. We baptized 6 people that day. I sent Pastor Julie and Deacon Derek to go baptize about 6 people. After they gone, I said to Patricia, I said, sit down right here so she soon come. When I look, I see she get up and she walk up to me. When she walk up to me, can I have a word with you? I want to have a word with you, Apostle. I said, in a little bit, I'm coming. I was talking to somebody, I continued to talk to the person. And when I'm finished, I said, what are you saying now? She said, you don't have no love. You don't love me. You don't care about me. Imagine me not come here how much week. Nobody not call me. I said, hold on. You hold on one little bit. You left the church and say you want a break and you're there on Market Street and you're the way and you're the way. And me fi call here if come look for you and nothing no do and you're alright. You don't love me. And she started one story, you know, and let me tell you something.
Apostle,
I
want to have a word. I want to talk to you.
I'll talk to you in a little bit. I have somebody that is waiting on me. Just be at the side there.
Apostle, I want to talk to you now.
I'm going to talk to the lady and then I'm going to talk to you. You're not willing to wait?
Apostle, I just want to talk to you.
But I said I'm going to talk to the lady and then I'm going to talk to you right after.
How much minutes do I have to wait, Apostle?
Maybe 5 minutes or so.
Let me just stand up right here. So.
Look at how long God have been waiting on you.
Apostle, me left the church.
I said I'm going to talk to you in 5 minutes. Did you hear that? 5 minutes.
Apostle, I want to talk to you. You soon, me give you time to talk to that person. Listen, I leave 4 weeks, call,
I'm going to ask that you will just lower your voice and don't be moving your hand and
Apostle,
talking to me like that.
Me not understand you, because you
Don't be
don't
moving up your hand and talk to me like that.
You don't love me.
You have any love?
You don't call.
Do you have any love?
You don't call.
Call you for what?
Because you don't
The
see me.
last time you called me, what did you tell me?
But Apostle, you're supposed to call me.
Really?
Yes.
You called me the last time and what did you say to me? You need a break.
Yes.
And you will be taking a break.
Apostle.
Why should I trouble you on your break?
You know what, Apostle?
Yes.
You know what I'm telling you?
Yes.
You're loud and you're not listen to me.
Okay. Oh, you are soft. I am loud and you are soft, right? Oh, really?
I will never understand you. You show me no love whatsoever.
How could I show you love in your disobedient and behaving like that? Anything I give you, you will never receive it because you were never at the place to get it.
See? Look how you're behaving.
Oh, how am I
See?
behaving? Did you see you come here?
See?
Like you come to attack me?
See?
I saw you from yesterday coming in. The Lord tell me that you will be here, the Esther.
I get a dream too.
Oh, what was the dream?
Hmm?
What was the dream?
That you bite me.
Bite you? You don't see the bite yet?
It is well, but me not say nothing, I'm
It
not
is
saying-
well. We
because-
love you. We pull you. We teach you. We bring you and we show you the way. You hear what you said? Is this school you go learn a lot of things. What this school could have teach you in that short period of time? Look at you. Look at you.
Apostle.
And them love you. And them love you.
See? You see you still? You now make me talk.
Oh, talk, I'm listening.
It is well, Apostle. It is well.
What could be well? The breakdown?
I come to talk to you and you're not giving me no time.
Okay, talk, I'm listening.
Apostle, me can't sleep in my bed. Every turn me turn at you.
Oh, because the Lord has show you sign.
Apostle, what make you do that to me?
And the Lord has show you sign.
What make you do? Apostle,
Oh.
as me turn, you just in my bed.
Because
you're
you're
in
in
my
a
house.
disobedience.
You're in my bathroom.
Because you're in a
You're
disobedience.
in my living room.
Mm.
Me couldn't believe it, Apostle.
You think you
But
seen up me yet?
why you do that to me?
You think you seen up me
Apostle,
yet?
you torment
You
me.
think you seen up me yet?
Apostle, you torment
If
me.
you think you torment, wait. The breakdown. The breakdown.
Apostle, me
We
love
don't
you.
find somewhere and go see door there.
Apostle,
We don't
me
come
love
out
you.
and find somewhere else and go
Apostle, me
worship.
love you, you know.
Why you don't find somewhere else to worship until you're willing and
I
ready
am
to submit?
not leaving.
Or so you're gonna stay with this attitude. You're
Apostle.
gonna stay with this attitude.
I don't care, but all I know, I love you.
Love me?
Yes.
So you plan to stay? This is how you plan to stay here?
Can I get a hug?
A hug? I don't
Apostle.
want a hug because I don't even know what Judas, what Peter, what. I don't want, I'm not interested in. Jesus. You know, and let me tell you something. You want to talk a little bit about like I look like I'm burning.
Hey, oh God, I'm guilty, but guilty with explanation. Apostle, I'm guilty, but listen to me. You know, I was just telling her how I feel. Because you know what? It was true. I said I want the break and I did take the break. But listen to me. I want the wickedest break. That's not a break. Me say, Apostle, listen to me. Listen to me. People of God. Well wisher, sinner, anybody we are watching. Listen to me. I couldn't sleep. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Apostle was there. I saw me turn Apostle face. I said, Apostle torment me. I wish if she beat me. I wish it wasn't normal. I couldn't be. That's the time I realized that I have a duty. And I cannot sleep unless Apostle come off of the floor. I know what everything that she was doing in church, I have to wait till she finished preaching, finished praying for I to all of 5. Let me tell you something. It wasn't easy. And let me tell you, it was God. It was God. And I went back, let me talk my part. It's true Apostle I talk, but let me talk my part. I went back And I apologize
Yes,
in
you
front of the church.
You did.
And I apologize to her.
You
And we
did.
see the mighty move of God.
It's
So
true.
listen to me, God is a good God.
No, but we don't reach here so yet. The night after I fixed our business, I was so loud. Let me tell you something. Us as the leader, we can take ministry personal.
True.
It is not our church. It is the Lord church.
True.
And he said he's coming back to take his bride.
True.
The church, that it is bride. Us as leader, we take ministry too personal. We will hate people, we will beat
True.
up on people, and we will cause people to be broken and to be destroyed. Why? Because we think it's our church.
Yes.
The Lord said, upon this rock I build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail. It is not our church, and you are the one that taught me that the church don't belong to me.
Yes.
I had this ministry so personal to my own life, where if somebody do something wrong, I feel like I would just hold them neck and squeeze it. And I realized that as a shepherd, as a leader, as a servant, my duty was to go down in sackcloth and ashes.
Yes.
Because the battle was not mine, but the battle belonged to the Lord. So after I behaved, I was very respectful, because I'm not a disrespectful leader, all right? I was very respectful, but I was very loud. You remember that Sunday? I was very loud. It's the only thing for me to do was to grab her. And we started to roll in the church. Let me tell you, I'm telling you. And let me tell you, after I behaved that way, in my eyes, oh, I did the right thing as a leader. I did the right thing. But the evening, Prophet Jules was here, and he was going to Brownstone to be the guest speaker at a church. And I said, no, Prophet Jones wasn't here. Prophet Filbert will invite me at a service at his church. And Evangelist Carton Daly was the guest speaker. And I went there. And when I went there, they said, as a leader, you don't have to go down to nobody level. You have to know who you are in God and stand. The battle is not yours, but the battle belongs to the Lord. Who dare you to go down? And listen to me. I knew that word was mine. And not only that, I knew that word was mine. I knew that the persons that were there when I was dealing with the situation knew that that word belonged to Apostle. I started to repent right on that chair that I was sitting. I said, God, forgive me for how I approached the situation. I felt like as though it was something to destroy the body of Christ, and I wanted to deal with it in my own hands. I didn't realize that that was not my business. All I needed to do as the shepherd was to pray. And let me tell you something. I had to ask the Lord to forgive me. I came back to church, and Evangelist Kim continued to come. And I started to feel a shift in my spirit towards her. I felt as though there was going to be a restoration. But I could not tell you that it was going to be like this. God started to do his own thing. And I want to tell a leader that will be watching this video this week. You might be in your congregation and see chaos. People trying to split the church. People trying to come up against you. People trying to cause animosity. You feel bad. You are going to feel bad. But the battle is not yours. The battle belongs to the Lord. Today, I went to my bed and I got a vision a couple months ago. And the Lord said to me, I'm just here to tell you, you can trust Evangelist Kim. She's real. And she's for you, and she's with you. And I said, who is this talking to me? And when I look, I saw a blazing fire. And the Lord said, this is what the enemy does over the year. Try to creep up contention. The fire represents contention. And I saw she was just going downtown. And she was seeing some people. And she was saying, you stop fighting. We're done with that. And yes, so we don't know. See, Apostle, she come with a word. You stop that. And the Lord says she's an evangelist. And she's going to be an end-time minister. And you're going to groom her and get her there. And she's going to be one of the most loyal person you could ever find. Sometimes it's not person's start. It is their finish. And it is how us as leader willing and ready to work with them to make them a better them. Don't sit down and look at people and look at the many mistakes, the many challenges, their approach. And I did not know that this was a Kingstonian. She don't know if you behave no other way, but if you just give it to you. And I later understand. And let me tell you something. The Lord says she's going to be an asset and a force to the ministry. And of course, are we not seeing it? Every area and every aspect of our life, we see the mighty move and the mighty hand. So I went to fasting one day and I said, Evangie, the Lord said I can trust you. She said, you know me, I pray. Make she tell you her own story.
Yes, it's true. Yes, I can attest to that. When Apostle said that at fasting, I could not believe it. I said, you're late. Because a long time me I pray. Listen, people of God. And not today or yesterday me I pray now. Jesus Christ, all these years. Sometimes me want to give up. But listen, I pray and I ask God for a church. If God send you somewhere, He will sustain you there.
Yes.
And what I realize, I never get up and just go, I don't know, Apostle. But I keep myself quiet and I pray. It's not easy. But look at us today.
Yeah, and I was planning to close the church down, you know, because I went to live in Montego Bay.
Yes.
And I was planning, my husband lost his job and was going to move down to Montego Bay. And you see, that's why you have to be in purpose.
Yes.
And you have to be where God placed you.
True.
Because he lost his job and he was going to move in Montego Bay. And I said to Pastor Will, I don't feel like my season is in Montego Bay. And she said, out of obedience and out of submission, you're going to have to go down to Montego Bay with him. And I went down there, and because I was down there, the church was not growing the way it was supposed to grow. There was only like you, Pastor Will, and Brother David, and who else that would have come?
Sister Nadine.
And Sister Nadine. That would have been going there. 4 of them. I would have to be paying the rent. I alone pay that rent and go up until maybe about 7 months. Just paying the rent, paying the water, paying everything from my pocket. And I remember one day she called me. I was in Montego Bay. I was very discouraged, and I was just in the closet area. And she called me and said, woman of God, you don't know me and I don't know you.
Yes.
I just want to tell you, don't shut down the church. Don't shut down the church, because I'm here. And I pray for a church, and the Lord give me a church, and I don't want you to shut it down. And even when...
Hello?
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is this Apostle something Zanina?
Yes, Apostle Zania.
Pastor, I don't know you. I don't know you none at all, but I know Pastor Will. So I just asked Pastor Will for your number, and she just give me, but letting you know, don't close the church. Don't close the church. If I mean one become.
My God.
I want to the phone, yeah, man. Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. Oh, I'm lotioning my son. Maybe that's why it's a little bit in and out. But I can hear you.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I thank you for that. I know it must have been God. It was just yesterday I was talking to a prophetess friend of mine, telling her that I feel as though I want to close down, because we have been there for about 6 months now, and I'm the only one paying the rents, paying the bills, and it's only 4 of you because I'm just in Montego Bay and I can't get to come up to do the revival as yet to build up the congregation. And it's sort of very discouraging, but hearing you call me as a person that is not yet saved and can say this to me, it truly lifts my spirit. Thank you so very much for that. And I will just pray that the Lord will give me the strength and the resources to actually continue.
All right then, Apostle.
God bless you and be good, all right?
All right.
Thank you. Shut it down. And even when a prophetess friend of mine, at that time she was standing with us, along with another prophet, in covering us, supporting us and covering us however they can. And I called her and she said to me, woman of God, don't be afraid to shut it down. If you have to shut it down, and I can tell you, that was one of the worst things she could ever tell me.
My God.
And Patricia know it because it messed me up. She said, if you have to shut it down, go ahead and shut it down.
God.
And that day I realized that if I can't walk with her no longer, if I cannot walk with her no longer, then I'm going to have to walk alone. Because I'm not expecting that somebody that is going to be over me. One of the first things you're going to tell me is to shut it down. It allowed me to see that I wasn't at the right place, and I make my transition. Because I know signs, and when I see them, I have to do what I have to do. So let me tell you something. I obey the instruction. A prophetess tell me to shut it down, but somebody that don't even get baptized yet tell me don't shut the door. And that's why a lot of us tend to look to Christian and to look to people that are saved for advice. But some of the best advice I get in my life, it come from an unsaved. It come from a sinner. It come from somebody who just have a little foundation of God, but them not really in a God. I'm telling you. And it need to change. If we are going to be Christians and we are going to be leaders, we need to learn how to give good advice. We need to learn how to give good advice. So listen to me. I keep the church, and I'm so happy you had called me that day, because of that we are able to stand today. And stay tuned, we're coming again. All right, so what happened is that the journey was never easy, but of course you see it all thus far, And Evangelist Kim is now an ordained evangelist. She is a tower of strength to even the radio station, and of course one of the leading intercessor that will pull through on the prayer team. It was not her good behavior, her good deeds that brought her there, but it was the grace of God, and a leader that knows how to work with people or persons rather, in spite of where they are. Everybody needs somebody, and sometimes you get the best person out of one that you have to recycle, one that you have to go through a process with. When you are finished going through that process with them, you will never believe the product, the end product that the Lord give you. So now she's here and she can talk for herself how her journey have been, and from ever since she came back and said she not leaving, the Lord has been using her mightily. And of course, she's very loyal to that decision that she had made to Christ and to the Church of the Living God. So listen her out.
Glory be to the Most High. I give God thanks and I give God praise. You know what? I come back again to tell you prayer. Prayer move mountain. And I'm saying to you today, I am happy. I am a part of the Faith Deliverance Lighthouse Prophetic Ministries. I just want to say, Apostle have taught me a lot. And honestly, through it all, the good times and the bad times, I've learned. Because when no one saw what was inside of me, she saw it. And can I tell you, the minute she poured that oil on my head, I could not believe it. And you know, that oil kept me. If it wasn't for her, it was really God was speaking to her. And that carried me a very long way. I even attend a Bible college.
Yes.
I did just get up and go. I went to her and I asked her, and listen to me. I am grateful and I'm thankful that even though as a appointed evangelist to an ardent evangelist, I give God thanks for her. I've learned a lot. Through it all, she have encouraged me. She preach, she teach, she beat. And through it all, I just give God thanks and praise. So today we are here not to tell you that it's something bad, but it's something good.
Yes.
Journey with King Jesus.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. And I'm saying to you today, whatever we are going through, hold on, believe God, because God, whatever the enemy meant for evil, God turn it around for good. And I really admire my apostle. And I don't care what people say. I don't care what people think. I've seen God use her mightily, because a mighty long way to deal with a person like me also.
My God.
And I'm telling you, take perseverance, time. You understand? So today I just want to say, woman of God, I really
And then you know what
appreciate
happened now? Now you can't tell me that I don't love you.
Oh my God, I feel the love. I have to control the love. I have to control the love. It's overwhelming. Oh God. When I look at her, I see my mama, Jesus. And guess what? I am leaving out something.
Oh,
Jesus.
God.
Listen, Apostle, I hear them talk, say she can't cook. And let me tell you something. Me know why you get jealous about it, Lord. Robos, let me tell you something. The seat, Lord God, listen, I don't want to, listen, I don't want nobody to get jealous. I'm going to take a set up here, because I cannot share. But listen, a wife, a sister, a friend, a pastor. Listen, listen. Me don't want to start talking, I don't want to start crying. But this one, woman of God, all in your head, you get this. Move it!
Listen, it was a mighty long way. And let me tell you something, we have this knitted relationship, and I'm quite sure that nobody will be able to disturb it, because it was built upon a strong foundation of God. I want you to understand, leaders, that you're going to have tribulation in ministry. None of us have yet received our glorified body. It is a process and it is a transition. Don't believe the church is yours. Don't take everything personal. Pray. I remember when I started out the church in Duncan Strelani, I wanted to see everything run well. I'm an orderly person, right? My sisters, my father, they can tell you, I'm a person of order. I will go crazy if things is out of order. And I remember my sister, Pastor Shadi, she used to do the praise and worship. And something happened and she left the church. And she left me at a time when I really needed her the most. And she went to our old church that we were raised in as a little child. And every day I said, how could my sister leave me when we really need her? No musician coming out. She wasn't there to do any praise and worship. And things was feeling so flat. And I was feeling so broken. I was feeling so hurt. I felt like she rejected me at a time when I needed her the most. But I kept the faith. As leaders, our duty is to keep going. In spite of how you are feeling, keep moving.
Yes.
Allow the enemy to know I am unstoppable. Allow the enemy to know I am coming. And one of the things I must tell you is that when you are a leader and you are going through a time of hurt,
Yes.
it is good to take a little sabbatical order, a period, and just sit down. Sit down. Be healed.
Yes.
You cannot give what you don't have.
That's it.
And why a lot of us have leader is not leading from a place of love. Is not leading from the principles and the guideline of God. Is because we have been hurted. We have been hurt. We have been broken. We have been rejected. We have been used. Persons have taken our kindness for weakness in ministry. And one of the things is that we take out. Anytime you don't spend time to hurt, you will bleed on people that didn't cut you. You have to be healed. You have to spend time in the presence of God to be healed. Don't love the microphone so much where you can't take a little sit down period to be healed, to be rejuvenated. You need to take that because leaders, we are not bad people. We are not bad people. But if you are at a broken place, you need to be healed. I could not go out and extend love to people when I did not know love. I had to go through my period. For months I sit down, didn't start no church, didn't do no work because the Lord said to me, I needed to be healed. A bishop told me I needed to sit down. And you have to know how to take your sit down period. If you are put to sit down, don't take it for disrespect or feel like people have demoted you. Go through your sit down process, because when you go through your sit down process and you are healed, when you get back on your feet, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with. So my sister went away and of course I feel hurt. But I continue to push because I have already gone through my healing process. I never feel bitter, but I didn't know how to pray for her. For 6 months, I wanted to pray. The only time I prayed for my sister was when I said, God, remember my sister, or remember my sisters, or remember my family. Automatically, she will fall in that era. But I never opened my mouth and call her name in the presence of the living God. And let me tell you something. I've seen some persons that I've spent time to pour into them. I've spent time to give them all I have. I spend time. I don't only pour in them spiritually, but I do physically. I cater for their total man. I was the only person all of them ever had. If they call me 2 o'clock, I was available. If they call me 12 o'clock, I was available. I be a servant, I be a leader, I be a brother, I be a mother, I be a sister, I be just about everything. I did not know gender when it comes on to ministry. I gave my all. And I've watched those people walk out after I pour oil upon them, pour into them and set them up. I've seen them saying it was other persons who pour into them. And listen, because I have gone through my hurted period and I was healed, I can still say I still honestly love them. I can still see them and call to them. I can still embrace them because I don't no longer carry bitterness. I've been restored. I've been healed because I learned that if you're going to be a leader, then leaders lead by example. So what I demonstrate is love. What I demonstrate is constant push. I tell my people, don't give up. Don't give up at the place that you messed up. I say restoration is always there. I embrace people. And let me tell you something. Years after, my sister came back months after, about 7 months after. And she was actually ordained an evangelist. And I use my sister today because it's my sister. My blood sister, mother and father. I could have used other persons that leave the church that we have been a tower of strength to. Because the Faith Deliverance Lighthouse Prophetic, though we look small, we are large. I'm telling you, the Lord favor us. And it's just the fact I'm a leader that don't believe in coming out and telling people what you do for persons. We spend time to make sure we send people to school so they can further their education. We pay rent. We make sure persons have their grocery. When it was coming on to COVID, we make sure that we do packages. Everybody get packages. We are not small. We love. We extend love. We are the ministry that Christ called us to be. I'm telling you. And not because we don't come on social media showing people everything. The bread and basket feeding program, we go out. We do 70. We do 100. We are always out there. Now, I think Brittany, being the camera person, she said, Apostle, I will not put the people face, but I will still put something together because we want to have them. So if in the end we need them, we can say, all right, this is what we have been doing and for charity purpose and all of those stuff. But I don't believe in when you're giving the poor something, you allowing everybody to see. I don't like it. All right. So let me tell you something. My sister came back and she was ordained an evangelist and she was doing good. And I had a pastor that split the church. He took all the people with him and he split the church. And when he split the church and I said, what am I going to do? Being in Ocherius, going down to Trelawney, the Lord said, I must arise and I must lift my sister to the next level. My sisters, right? Pastor Rose and Pastor Shadi to the next level. And I remember having an intercessor that normally does sewing. And I asked her to make 2 gowns. Nobody knows about it. One would have been mine and one would have been Pastor Shadi in lifting her to the next level. And there was so much that happened with the intercessor. Working on the gown, we had an argument. She said she won't be able to come tomorrow to the service that I'll be keeping in Trelawney. I said, oh, can you not come? You're standing as an intercessor and an armor bearer. Oh, can you not come? And it was a big argument. And she decided that she wasn't going to be there. And then she said she's working on the gown and she's going to finish and bring them to me. And I told her, I can't use the gown. I said, don't bring the gown to me because the energy and the negativity that is over that gown, I can't use it. So I used the gown that I already have. And I went down for the service. It was a prayer breakfast. And I called out Pastor Shadi. I put her in her gown and I said, the Lord is ready to take you to the next level. And I said, everything that is inside of me, every gifting that I possess, you are going to possess it. And I said, I'm going to cover you. I'm going to back you. I'm going to stand with you. I'm going to be your support system. Can I tell you something? Months after the enemy took out Pastor Shadi again. Months after the enemy took out Pastor Shadi a second time. And I said, God, oh, you said this affliction shall not rise a second time. And the Lord said, because I'm teaching you process. He said, this is not a stronghold. This is process. He said, I'm teaching you the things that you have to go through. And sometimes it starts with family. And the Lord taught me the hardest way possible. Shade is my sister that persons will think that we are twins. We look alike and we manage to do a lot of stuff alike. And it was a broken situation for 2021. And the Lord has brought us through. Not only did Pastor Shade leave, but a combined network of persons leave. And I see all the Lord lift me up. And I never felt bitter towards them. Because I have to do what I have to do as a shepherd. I have to rebuke. I have to reprove. I don't care what you have to say. It is my duty to do so. And the Lord said, if the watchman seeth the danger and warn it not the city, then the blood is going to be on the watchman's shoulder. I don't want that to carry on my shoulder while taking care of my son. So I had to do what I have to do. And persons were mad. They leave and talk a bag of stuff. They leave and try to bring me down. But they could not tear down my character and my integrity because nobody have no secret for me. I live an upright life. All right. And I want you to understand that though it was very hurtful, all I did, and my evangelist will tell you, I gathered a team together and I said, we are in a war and we are going to have to fight. And I said, I need nobody to fight physically because this is a spiritual battle. We're going to change the prayer time. We're going to charge up our prayer. We're going to tell the Lord to send people from the highway and the byway. I say us as leaders that are at the front, we're going to have to work double. We started to put people in position. We went down to Trelawney every day. Saturday, I am at the radio station. Sunday, I'm down in Trelawney. Me and my team, we come back to Ocherius. I'm there again on a Wednesday at fasting. On the Wednesday night, I'm doing Bible study. Thursday, I'm doing fasting for Trelawney. Thursday night, I'm doing prayer line. I come back on Friday morning. I am on a ministry in Florida where I do prayer line. I constantly, I was just at it. And all I was saying, God, I'm just here. I never know I was running myself down and I was tired. Because I never feel like I'm tired. Do you know? I went away to bury my friend and to support my friend until she went down in the ground. And let me tell you something. When I came back to Jamaica the 24th of December, I started not feeling well. And I said, but I just did 2 COVID tests to get here. So I know it's not COVID. And the Lord said to me, you're tired.
My God.
and you need rest. And let me tell you, for 2 weeks, I was just not feeling well. 2 weeks, 2 full weeks, just not feeling well. Not feeling well, not feeling well, not feeling well. And I sit before God. I sit in the presence. And that's when he started to rejuvenate me. That's when he started to strengthen me. He started to tell me that he was proud of me. He started to tell me that, well done. I felt good. I said, God, why are you saying well done? I'm not yet dead and my task is not yet finished. He said, I just want you to know that you're doing a good work. Don't come down. Jesus. And he said, like Nehemiah, why should the work stop here? He said, I have built you for all the battles that you're going through. I know that the battle is not yours, but the battle belongs to me. Days I felt like I missed my sisters. Days I felt like I just wanted to cry. But while the enemy was trying to destroy a bond between me and my sister, there were some other sisters that we were getting closer, and a bond was being built, because the Lord promised me that he will never leave me alone. And if the Lord take away something, he's going to give you something even better. And I and my sisters, we never have this bond. Even for me and Sister Daniel, even though I follow her, we never have this knitted bond. And after everything happened, there's just a relationship that create that I'm yet to understand. Every day we talk, she wanted to know that I'm all right. She wanted to know that I am there. Pastor Rose too was very supportive. Let me tell you something. It's as if it was now a split evangelist scheme, because my mother have 6 girls, and it seems like it was a split. It was now Sister Cleo, Sister Shade, and Sister Dana, and now Sister Rose, Sister Daniel, and myself. And I said, God, while 3 of us are close and the other 3 are close, I said, no, God, this is not you. I'm happy for the relationship that have been restored with me and my other Sister Daniel, and I'm happy for the bond, but I still know that we needed to come back in. I still know that we needed to come back in. And the Lord was giving me some vision about my sister, Pastor Shade. And the same vision that I would be getting, she would be getting similar. And persons will be calling us. And of course, we don't have anything. Our relationship is okay. I just want for you all to know that our relationship is okay. We are fine. And where the ministry is concerned, God have to do his work. And I will never do it, because he told me that the battle is not mine, but the battle belonged to him. I'm pleased to let you all know Pastor Shade was in church last Sunday. And of course, we have a Jubilee time in the presence of the living God. So I'm going to tell you, leaders, apostles, bishop, pastors, evangelists, teachers, missionary, whoever you are, listen, ministers, the battle is not yours. Don't go around and take ministry thing personal. Have up people because they hurt you. Have them up because they stop coming to church. Have you up because they no longer want to be a part of. Let it go. Let it go. It is God that start a work. And it's God that finish the work. Hold on. I know you feel bad, apostles, pastors, bishops, and leaders. You have poured into some people and you think that they would have been at your feet doing the work of God and getting things done. But if the Lord shift it, he will fix it. Hold on to God and change in hand. Hold on to God and change in hand. Let me tell you something. My pastor told me then. She said to me, all that you're going through now is experience for what you're going to go through when you have your own ministry. And of course, I laughed after her, because I wonder what was she saying. And everything that I've gone through in the church that I was a part of, I now experience it in the congregation that God called me to lead. And I said to Evangelist Kim and all my people, I said, what you're going through now, it is just an experience for what you're going to need when you are sent to your own ministry. Because I'm not a leader to keep down people. I believe in releasing. Release, cover you, and watch you. Release you, cover you, and watch you. That's what I believe in. So I'm not expecting that everybody's going to be at my feet all day long. No. And I'm letting you know that you are going to overcome it. I've been through some stuff in ministry. And if I tell you all about it, you have seen us demonstrate it. But if I verbalize it and tell you, you will just sit down and just cry. I've lost everything I've ever had in ministry. I started ministry with my restaurants. My God. And I've watched everything go down. And I'm a sower. I walk in obedience. I give. You can't outgive me when I'm ready to give to the things of God. I'll give everything I have. And every day I give to ministry. I pay the rent. I do everything for ministry from where I'm even coming from. If the rent is short, I'm the one they call. Evangelist Zania, we only collected 28,000. You know, we are supposed to pay the rent tomorrow. I was wondering if you have a little thing, and I put all the balance. I pay all the bills, and I make sure everything was taken care of. And instead of my restaurants and my business go up, it went down. Oh my God. Everything I've lost. I know what it is to cry my way and put a padlock on a business door. When I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm trying and the restaurant not coming down. And I just went around there and just put a padlock on the door. And just tell the workers that this is it.
My God.
With tears in my eyes. And ask God, what are you going to do for me tomorrow? And I remember my husband. He got a work for me in an accounting department in Gem Palace. And I went there 2 days. I make 5 suits of uniform. And I went there 2 days and I realized I wasn't called for this. I'm not called to work with nobody. When I wanted to go for lunch and to use the restroom, I have to be asking. I said, no, this is not me. I said, God, you didn't call me to this. And I went on lunch the second day and I didn't show up back. Because the Lord said, I didn't call you for here. And I spent a lot of time at home, in my bed, just crying. And the persons that once used to benefit from the restaurants, there was never one time they called me and said to me, I know you closed down the business and you're a businesswoman and it must be hard on you. I want to pray with you. Or I want to say take courage. They never did. The persons that will come every day and make sure they eat, they drink, and they fast and they feast there, they never came and support me. And the Lord allowed me to open the restaurant again. My God. And I employ a lot of church people. Saying that I want to give them a job and I wanted to make sure that they were okay. And instead of these people bringing me up, they managed to pull me down. Every day I will come, I will lose my boxes and food item will be gone and no money. And again, I had to close the restaurant. But as I learned that everything in life is a process. But I want you to understand that there are many that will start with you, but they won't finish with you. There are many that will be there, but only for a time. Don't grieve over what you have lost, but embrace, love, and protect what is still remain. Revelation said, strengthen the things which shall remain and that are getting ready to die. So my dearly beloved leaders, understand that is a process. And for those of you who are members and you're going to church, gather your faith, your strength, and the courage and be able to talk to your leader if you must. You're having a situation, talk if you must. Don't be afraid. Respectfully, you go and you talk to them. Let them know, like Evangelist Kim, maybe your approach wasn't the best approach, but in the end, it turned out well. I want you to know that God loves you. God cares for you. You're mourning now, but your joy days are yet ahead. You're about to take off like never before. The things that came to weigh you down and to depress you and to cause you to go through stress is about to see you standing like never before. God did not bring you this far to leave you, but He's saying help is on the way. Remember, pain is what produces purpose and bring you to a birthing place. The pain that you're going through now, it's not to kill you. The tribulation and everything that is happening in the ministry, you can feel the turbulence. You can feel the stress. You can feel the heartache, feel the pain. Don't be a Moses. Don't forget to pray. Don't forget to pray, because a lot of people curse where they are supposed to pray. Moses did not follow through with the instruction, and he only get a glimpse and look over in the promised land, but he could not enter into the promised land. Don't allow frustration and you acting like the ministry belong to you and the church belong to you put you to a place where you go through sin and you're not able to step into your promised land. Understand that prayer, fasting, it break the yoke and it set the captive free. I, Apostle Zania Vasnani, and of course Evangelist Kim and the Faith Deliverance Lighthouse Prophetic Ministry team, we are letting you know that if we overcome, then you too will overcome, because we are the overcomers. God bless you and we love you.